Jason. It's Brett Kissel.
Brett, how are you, my friend?
I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great. Good to chat with you today.
Yeah, likewise. Great to chat with you too. I've said it, in a bunch of Zoom calls to different people, and a lot of people always ask me, what's my favorite city? What do I miss the most about the pandemic, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I just, even talking to you, I'm overcome with emotion because usually you and I would be hanging out at least once or twice a year.
Yep.
And I haven't seen you in what feels like, 100 years.
Yeah, it's been way too long.
I miss you. I really do.
Every time I have a glass of Weisers, I think of you.
Well, that's great. Now, if we can, establish a good relationship with Nova Scotia Liquor,
yeah,
we got to get our new vodka.
I know. Oh, buddy, I know. I've been watching that. I can't wait to try it.
We had a really good conversation with their team, and we're just figuring out what we can do to hopefully get there by 2021. So I really, really respect their team over there, and I'm just hoping that based on our fan base and based on how much I love the city of Halifax and the province of Nova Scotia, it seems like a no-brainer to me, but hopefully we can figure it out.
Well, I can't wait till it's here, buddy. How's the family?
They're doing really well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you asking, and I just love chasing after my kids. Mila, she's 5, and she's in French immersion school, so she's learning French and these little French songs, and I'm just loving, having little conversations with her in French. And then we've got Aria. She's going to be turning 4 in May.
Wow.
And gosh, is she ever just a beautiful little girl, and she loves to sing and dance and hug and kiss. Just love everybody, and we love her so much. And then we've got the boy, Leo. And this boy is just, oh my gosh, he's rough and tumble, yet sensitive and sweet, and he likes to ride on the tractor. He likes to, he likes to get up on a chair, to get up on the table, to swing from the chandeliers like it's a monkey bar, legit.
He's a farm boy like his dad.
Oh, 100%. Do you remember that Brad Paisley song, Heaven Help Us If He's Anything Like Me?
Yes.
That's Leo. He looks like me, acts like me, and I look at my grandparents, and I'm like, is this really like me? And they're like, to a T. So, hey, I'm getting a little bit of payback.
Yeah, you kind of want to apologize, right?
Yeah, except you can't go back in time. I just got to look at my boy, and I got to be like, okay, or I got to ask, a lot of my family members, so when I did this in 1992, what did you do?
Yeah, how do I deal with this?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's getting so big. He's such a handsome little man.
And he's got a head full of curls. My wife just wants him to grow it out.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, you know what? We're missing a glorious opportunity right now to, to give this kid a mullet.
Oh.
What we need to do is we need to shave the sides, business in the front, let that party just keep growing in the back, just like Tracy Lawrence. Remember him?
Yeah.
Let's get him in a cowboy hat and get Leo with those blonde curls in the back. I think he'll be breaking a lot of hearts. I
think so too. My mullet's growing in, but it's not breaking any hearts, only hurting eyes.
Hey, to each their own. What does your family think about your mullet? Do they love it?
No, they hate it. They hate it. My son tells me all the time, Dad, you look like a girl. You got to cut your hair.
Well, you know what? I think it's a rite of passage for. And how old's your boy?
He's 8.
Okay, well, see, it's a rite of passage that your kid doesn't stand a chance, because here's the reality: is that dads at that age are supposed to kind of a little bit embarrass their kids.
Yeah.
And so, that's just what dads do, right?
Oh, totally. My older two stepkids, they hate the fact that I'm on the radio and they don't tell their friends because it's embarrassing to them.
Well, here's the thing. My parents were both school teachers. So when I had my dad teach me in it would be about grade 10. He was teaching me. It was very interesting because we would have maybe a bit of a disagreement in the vehicle, and yet we can't have that carry on in the classroom. Or if it did, now he's got the real authority for me to go and become either Mr. Brodziak or Miss Brusso's problem, or principal or vice principal. So it's really funny how the kids look at Mr. Kissel sending young Kissel to the principal's office.
That'd be a bonus as a parent. Is like, you know what? Just go to the office.
Or if you're really bad in school, you're just going to get it twice as bad at home.
Oh, yeah. You got your parents as a tutor.
I know. And a lot of people are like, it must be nice. I'm like, You know what? I love my dad,
Yeah.
but it ain't that nice.
There'd be no break from it, I'm sure.
You know what? At least he and I had a good relationship because we did spend so much time together.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's my dad, and then obviously for that year, he was my teacher to a degree, during that semester. But then also, we lived on the farm. So we were chasing cattle, pulling calves, fixing fence. So we were together 24/7. And actually looking back now, and especially, as we heard the news about Walter Gretzky,
Yes.
I think a lot about my relationship with my old man, and there were ups and downs, of course, but I really, really respect and I love that guy, and I'm really grateful he gets to spend a lot of time now with my kids, and I can tell them about Guido and how much how many great memories me and Guido used to have.
Now, Brett, you do have a new song out, "Make a Life, Not a Living." Great tune from you. Expected nothing less, really. But what does that mean to you? Make a life, not a living.
Well, I appreciate you saying that very much, and I hope that you and all of your listeners on Hot Country can truly feel the intention and the weight and the effort that we put into this song, not just from a production standpoint or not just, in a melodic standpoint to make it sound good on the radio, but if you go line by line, I believe every single one of these lyrics. I live this lifestyle. So if I'm going to preach about it in song form, it needs to be real life to me, which it is. And that's why I'm so proud that it is the lead-off single and a song that's going to kick off this new chapter for me in my musical career, but more importantly, this new chapter in life that I'm living.
Now, it's on the album What Is Life? That's coming out April 9th?
That's correct.
Yeah. And the other question is, what is life to you? Because it's a question on the album.
Well, absolutely. It's very interesting because I've been on quite the journey and on quite the quest to try to figure out the answer to that question. And some people may say that you'll never find the answer, and that's the beauty of life. Some people will say, you know the answer already. It's in your heart. It's in the eyes of your children. It's when you hold hands with your wife. That's what life is all about. But to be honest, I'm trying to figure it out myself. I'm trying to figure out my own version of this. And I realized that every single one of my songs lent itself to potential answers to the question. Sometimes it's reminiscing about the best days you've ever had, the best parties you've ever had. Sometimes it lends itself to the small town values that I abide by and I live by and I love. Sometimes it's just pure love in some of the love songs I've written and recorded for my wife Cecilia, or sometimes it's in that title track. I'm just trying to make a life, not a living, and that's the secret to life right there. People, I think, will be able to go on a great journey with me as they download the record or they save the record or pre-order the record, and will get an opportunity to maybe take a deep dive with me. That's what I hope they do.
That's beautiful, Brett.
Hey, I'm just trying my best. I mean, I'm no philosopher, that's for sure. I'm just a country singer who grew up on a farm, and I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Now, listen, man, you had one of the busiest tour schedules. You were known for just, when you did cross Canada, you really went cross Canada. Now with stupid COVID and everything, and you obviously have more time at home, but you did do a few shows, and we appreciate that you did get out on the road and do it properly. What do you do with your extra time at home?
Well, if you choose to look at it, in the perspective of a silver lining, because don't get me wrong, I think COVID is stupid too. I'm just really frustrated about what's going on in the world right now, the separation going on in the world. Heck, I mean, I even took a break off of social media because there was so much judgment and there was a lot of darkness going on. However, you know what? If you choose to look at the positive side of life and choose to find the silver linings in everything, well, like I did to a degree, I felt that because of the pandemic, I was given a gift, and that gift was time. More time with my kids and with my wife, more time to go into the studio and be more present and maybe work a little harder on honing my craft as an artist in the studio. And to be honest, you know what? With this gift of time, I was able to make a record I'm extremely proud of. So what am I doing with all of this time? Just trying to figure out the best ways to spend it. Because I was watching on Instagram, Sylvester Stallone had a really great message to his fans. all 12 and some million followers. He said, if you treat time like a commodity, the most precious commodity, you will be a rich person. And isn't that the truth? You can always make more money, but you can't make more time.
Wow, that is so true. And, Stallone, if anybody looks into his history, man, he had it rough getting to where he is.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the guy's a grinder. And the guy, was passed on in Hollywood by pretty much everybody. So finally he said, I'm going to raise the money. I'm going to write these movies myself, like Rambo and Rocky and all of the great, trilogies and stuff like that. I really look up to people with those type of perspectives. Yeah. Because right now in this day and age, there is so much to be frustrated about and so much negativity going on. So we really need to cling to those in our lives that bring positivity and a ray of sunshine. Because those in our lives, or those accounts on social media that always are spreading negativity, that's an energy leak. Yeah. And those are things we need to be conscious of, and we need to look out for. Now, granted, I'm not preaching here like I know the answers to any of these questions. I'm just a fellow human being just trying to figure it all out myself. These are some of the things that I found out over the last year anyway.
But it makes sense. Just keep on the positive side of things.
Well, and I want to compliment you if you got a couple minutes for me to do so.
Always.
I think about your show. I think about all of the shows and all of the staff and the DJs that you have on Hot Country. I think about the role that you play in people's lives as they're driving to work, they're driving home from work, they're listening at home, they're listening at work. You have to be positive every single day, even if the world around you can be darker than maybe it needs to be.
Yeah.
So I just want to tip my cowboy hat to you and just say, thank you for everything that you do, because the people that listen to you are my fans, are the fans of my friends like Jess Moskaluk or Jade Eagleson or the Rec Laws, and you provide an incredible service and play a very important role in all of your listeners' lives. So I hope that all of your listeners appreciate you and the work that you do in particular, and also everything that Hot Country has to offer.
Man, I really appreciate the kind words and the fact that you would raise your glass to me.
Very much so. And hey, I think about you guys all the time, and that's why, like I said, we got to figure out a way to get our Deuce vodka out there so that we can all have a great celebration together. Well,
now, getting on to that, you got vodka now. You're a whiskey guy. Do you think you'll ever have your own line of rye or whiskey?
100%. It's in the works right now, and that's all I can tell you, because I'm so excited about it. As a liquor company owner now, we have the opportunity to really experiment with different spirits. Vodka was a great natural choice for me, and also a lot of my fan base. And whiskey is something that you need to get right. Yeah. I'm not saying that vodka you don't need to get right. You need to get that right too. But it's the process of making vodka is certainly a lot easier. And with that being said, we were able to come up to market quicker, and we were able to make really, really good vodka and make it very quick. Well, so with that being said, we're proud of that product, but we're going truly through the aging process now with the whiskeys that we want to bring out to market too.
Well, I am so looking forward to it hitting shelves here on the East Coast, Brett. And I got just a random question I got for you. You know a lot of people, and you have one of the best memories I've ever come across. Who is the most famous person that you text with on a regular basis?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know what? Because I'm in such a mode watching, I'm so happy that the NHL is back. I text on a regular basis with Connor McDavid. He's a very good friend of mine. He's an extraordinary human being. Obviously, he's one of the greatest athletes in the world, but I love getting an opportunity, to text him about the games and talk about a bunch of different things, life. I don't know. His girlfriend Lauren is good friends of my wife Cecilia. So we really respect them as a couple, and I really do appreciate my friendship with Connor.
That's amazing. Now, before I let you go, Brett, because I know you got a lot of stuff to do today, I appreciate your entrepreneurial spirit. So I came up with a few business ideas that I want to run across that maybe you might be interested in.
Okay, so this is kind of like a Dragon's Den kind of deal, right?
Yes, you're the dragon, and here's what I'm pitching you, okay?
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, give it to me.
Kissel's whistles. A variation of different types of maybe dog training whistles, because, Charlie's the famous pup. Hockey whistles, because you absolutely love hockey. And, hunting calls.
Okay, I'm very intrigued by this idea. The biggest thing is trying to figure out who can make them and the best possible quality at the cheapest price so you have a higher profit margin. And then we also need to figure out, okay, dog whistles are truly only for dog trainers. So to me, I don't know if there's enough of a business or a market for that. Hockey would be great to work on that now so that when minor hockey and all hockey comes back, I think that's a great idea. And maybe work with retired referees who can talk about the ones that really work and the ones that really don't. But now hunting and fishing, that area has really grown. It's doubled in market size now because people are at home and aren't traveling to Europe or Asia or Mexico. They're actually spending more time outdoors. So I think you might have a winner, especially on the hunting side.
Well, there it is, Kissel's Whistles. My other one is Brett's Sweats, your own line of fashionable, comfy clothes.
Well, here's the thing. Now that more people are working from home, I think that you may have a winner in that one. We just need to figure out exactly what our marketing strategy is going to be. And we know that we're going up against giant companies like Adidas, Nike, Lululemon. So what's going to make our product, Brett's Sweats, better and cheaper for the average consumer? If we can answer that question and figure that out, I think we might have a winner.
Awesome. That's all I got.
Whistles and Brett Sweats. You know what? If that ever came to market, you know, and your listeners know that you are entitled to some form of royalty, I think.
Oh, well, hey, I'm not looking to make $1 million here, but a shout out from you would be incredible. I'll take that.
Well, as the new single says, I'm just trying to make a life, not a living. So,
exactly.
Hey, whatever I can do, I'll help you out.
Brett, thank you so much for your time today, man. Wish you and the family all the best. Can't wait for the new album to come out. And I can't wait for you to be able to get back on the East Coast. We miss you, buddy.
Oh, I miss you too. And I'm trying to figure it out, really. I've had so many conversations with the provincial government and different, performance arts places. Like, we're going to figure it out, and we will get an opportunity to come out to the East Coast and come out to Nova Scotia, hopefully sooner than later.
Awesome. Brett, thank you so much for your time today. Take care.
You betcha, buddy. See you later.
Bye.